Ranger Rick. Come on, Dylan. Fish in Schools. Acorn Buddies. Meet the Moths. Ranger Rick's Cody Cousins. Okay, this one is okay, National Wildlife Federation. What's the date on this? Oh, September of 2024. Okay, there we go. Okay, Dylan, you ready? Okay, this is the table of contents. And ooh, a flower. The smoky puff is actually a cloud of tiny seed-like spores. They're shooting out a fungus called collared earth star. The spores will drift away, settle in new places, and grow into more earth stars. Wow. Okay. Your best shots. So we have the mountain goat in the Colorado Rockies. We have beams of sunlight in the sandstones in Antelope Canyon in Arizona. And we have a great blue heron in Centennial Park in Maryland. Dylan, what is this one right here?
It's like maybe like...
It's Forster's. Tern, photographed at Edwin B. Forsyth National Wildlife Refuge in Jersey. And then this one is, what is this? An orb weaving spider? Ooh, look at that.
Oh my gosh.
With its web in the yard of Shepherd's grandmother's home in Texas. And what do we have here, Dylan? Oh, look at this.
Here.
A Gerenuk, a kind of antelope stretching to nibble on trees in Kenya, Africa. Tell you, animals are so smart. This is the blue heron. Yeah, kind of looks like a crane. Oh my goodness, good reasons to stay in schools. Look, a school of golden sweepers is heading right towards you. But now the ones in front are turning, and just in a split second, the ones in the back will follow them. Right, left, up, down, no matter where they're going, fish in a school really stick together. There are lots of good reasons for fish to stay in groups. Turn the page and find out why it's cool to school. Right, baby?
Yeah.
Field trips. Remember when we saw these at the aquarium? Okay. Cow-nosed rays are known for migrating or traveling in large schools of warmer waters for the winter. As many as 10,000 rays may school together. Circle of time. Okay, wait, no, I gotta finish this. Believe it or not, some kinds of fish form schools that may have millions of members in each one. Would you like to have a clubhouse that has millions of members?
I already do.
Millions? I don't know. That's a lot of dues to collect.
Yeah.
Wow. You do have a lot of club members.
Stand it over here.
Dylan's Hideaway. That's supposed to be a best kept secret.
Oh yeah, I guess you're right. But
Yeah.
I'll show you what's in there.
It's your clubhouse. Okay, so where are we at? The fish form a school are all the same species. Some species spend their whole lives in schools. Others school only during parts of their lives. Okay, look at these guys. Circle time. To a predator, the shimmery ball of scads right here may look like one giant fish. It can be hard to pick a single scad out of the crowd. But if a predator does attack, as the sailfish above is doing, look at that. See, is that like a sailfish or a swordfish? I don't know, whatever that is. There's a good chance that the other guy will get caught. Okay, quick studies. Lateral line. The schools of some fish, such as sweet lips. Oh, how cute. These are called sweet lips.
I think they use them for sushi.
For sushi?
Yeah.
Move along in loose groups at a relaxed pace. They literally look like they have so many expressions on their faces. But others zip around quickly with the fish barely a fin's length apart. They change course in the blink of an eye. Oh, they have a QR. You can watch more about them. How do they do it? Let's see if I can keep it like this. Somebody could scan it. One way is being copycats. Fish's eyes are on the sides of their heads, making it easy for them to watch and copy each other's movements. Besides using their eyes to help them school, fish use their lateral lines. See thin, dark line on the small mouth grunt above.
I said you can pause the video to scan the QR code.
Oh yeah, you can pause. You're right. You can pause it to scan the QR code. Dylan, you're so smart. These rows of tiny cells that run along the fish's head and body. The cells let fish feel their neighbors' movements in the water. The fish then move the same way. Schooling fish may also tell each other which way to go. Turn left, but some kinds of fish can talk to each other with clicks or other signals. Cafeteria line. These hungry, what do you call these, Dylan? Parrotfish are scraping algae from coral with their sharp, parrot-like beaks. Staying in a school can be a good way to get help finding food. The more eyes there are looking at something to eat, the better the chances are of finding it. Sometimes schools of predator fish even use teamwork to catch food. For example, they may herd smaller fish into a group and then take turns darting in to grab the meal. Okay, school uniforms. Some schooling fish have markings that help disguise them. When butterfly fish swim together, it can be hard for a predator to tell where one fish ends and another begins. Would that be like these?
Maybe.
Maybe. The fish's eyes are hidden in stripes. Oh, maybe it's in here. Yeah. And their body patterns blend together. Another kind of butterfly fish has fake eye spots. This would be the far left one, this one. So this is the one we were just reading about.
I can see its eyes right there, and maybe fake eyes would be there.
Yeah, because that would be the end of them, really, huh?
Yeah,
that may trick a predator into attacking the wrong end, where it might do less damage. Schoolmates. Schooling can make it easier for fish to find mates instead of searching alone in the ocean. Fish in schools are surrounded by many possible mates to choose from. Scalloped hammerhead sharks below, right here, are the only shark species that school. At certain times, they form large schools of mostly females, which make it easier for males to come along and choose mates. After all of this schooling, you can see why schools rule. Okay, beacorns. An artist creates an imaginary world. Sorry, I'm getting tired. I can't even read. Using building blocks from nature. Look at this. Beacorns. Junie gives a cardinal a tasty snack. Oh, that's cute. When David Bird worked as hard as a designer at the Lego toy company, he loved to invent tiny worlds for others to enjoy. After he left his job, he missed the fun of building small figures and structures. Then he realized that there was an endless supply of building materials in his backyard. At Lego, I learned to build characters and tell stories with bricks. Now I do the same, but with sticks, he said. David calls his creations Beacorns. Each figure has a name and its own personality. He first sketches the character with paper. Oh, this is how he does it. And there's another QR if you want to pause it and watch it.
Yeah.
Okay. So Percival and this frog seem to be having a staring contest. Okay, so he first sketches the character with paper and pencil. Then he builds it using acorns, twigs, pine cones, and other natural stuff. He places the beacorn outside, sometimes with birdseed to attract birds and other critters. Then he walks with his camera to see what happens. While waiting and watching, David has learned a lot about the woodland creatures that visit his yard. Silas splashes the water with a chipping sparrow. A house finch guards the sleeping baby Maisie. Oh, look at, there's little Maisie.
Oh.
But once the finch flies off, a downy woodpecker arrives to say, "Time to get up," by pecking at the wood. Sometimes things don't go as planned. However, a hungry squirrel stole one of his beacorns. But eventually, David gets the photos he wants. And then he shares the magical moment with the world. What kind of creations can you make with things that you find outside? Okay, this one's for you, Dylan. Life in the band. A band of Codys, of course, want to join? Well, hello there. This white-nosed Cody has climbed onto his buddy's back for a better view. Codys are very curious about the world around them. At first glance, a coati, I'm saying it wrong, seems to be a mixed up animal. It is the size of a large house cat. It has paws like a bear's. Oh my gosh, look at those paws. They are huge. But yeah, he's kind of a little mid-sized little creature. And a tail like a lemur's and a snout like a pig. Oh yes, look at that. And look at that tail, just like the lemur. Oh my goodness. He's like 4 animals in one, Dylan. He's like a one-man band. And like a monkey, can climb around in trees. But all of these funny features combine to make one special mammal. Coatis are in the same animal group as raccoons. But unlike raccoons, coatis often hang out in groups called bands. A band can have as many as 30 coatis in it. No guitars or drums in these bands, though. There are 4 species of coatis: white-nosed, South American, Eastern Mountain, and Western Mountain. But all of the coatis in this story are either white-nosed or South American. So let's turn the page to see the band. Okay, this white-nosed coati is showing off its tail, which is about as long as its body. Okay, this one's called, nosy creatures. Coatis are diurnal, which means they are active during the day. Didn't we study this earlier this year?
Maybe.
Nocturnal and diurnal, and I don't know what other kinds there were, but we studied all this together, didn't we? That was 4th grade. They can live in lots of places, but the forest is their favorite spot. Their main activity, finding food. They aren't too picky. Fruits, insects, even small rodents and reptiles are on the menu. Every coati has a special tool for finding food: its nose. Hungry coatis turn their very bendy snouts this way and that to probe under rocks and root around under leaves. When they find something yummy, they use their long, sharp claws to dig it out. Coyotes are sometimes called hog-nosed raccoons. That bendy snout has been rooting around in the mud for some tasty treats. Okay, tree time. Though coyotes spend a lot of time on the ground looking for food, they are quite comfy up in the trees. In fact, that's where they usually sleep. They make their nests among the leaves, tuck their noses into their bellies, and snooze. Strong arms and legs and sturdy claws make climbing a cinch. Long tails are good for balancing, and coyotes have one more tree trick. They can turn their ankles to face backwards, allowing them to run headfirst down a tree the way a squirrel does. That's another animal coyotes are like. So these love to snack on fruit and berries or bananas. A coyote's strong arms and legs make hanging out in a tree easy. This upside down climber is a South American coyote. Look at his little stripy tail.
Oh.
Doesn't it look like a cat, kind of?
Yeah, kind of like an anteater. But
Yeah, an anteater. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Searching for food takes teamwork. These white-nosed coyotes. Treetop nest. When a female coyote gets pregnant, she starts building a nursery. Up into the tree she goes, making a sturdy nest of twigs and leaves for her babies, called kits. Once the nest is ready, she gives birth to 2 to 7 kits. The kits stay in the nest for 6 weeks before joining the band down below. Mom nurses them, protects them, leaving only to find food for herself. Since all the females in the band have kits all around at around the same time, they share the kit care. Female kits will remain in their mother's band until, but after 3 years, the male goes off on their own. They will join a different band during mating season, banding together. Coyotes, especially females, are very social, sorry. I need better lighting in here, Dylan. They talk to other coyotes with snorts, chirps, and grunts. They usually keep their tails straight up so they can spot other members of their band in tall grasses or dense forests. They groom each other, licking their fur and picking off insects. Often, a coyote getting groomed lets out chirps of joy. Even drinking is a group affair for these South American coyotes. Though all coyotes have ringed tails, the rings on the tails of this species are very noticeable. A young white-nosed coyote and his mother are heading out to find food. Yikes! This white-nosed coyote is showing its sharp teeth and saying, "Back off." Looks like Tippy, huh?
Yeah, hers. Tippy's in jail, though, so.
She's in jail again. Fighting back, there's a good reason coyotes stick together. Predators such as wildcats, foxes, and boa constrictors live in the coyote's habitat and might want one for lunch, but they're not likely to approach a whole band of coyotes. If a single coyote gets cornered, though, it doesn't just sit there, it fights back, showing its sharp teeth and claws. It will even jump towards an attacker, fierce. Now you know what life's like in a band. Let's all agree that coyotes are grand. This sleepy white-nosed coyote looks as if it might doze in its treetop bed for a little early tonight. Okay, the nature no-nos. You want to help me read this one? Ranger Rick Adventures. So we have, who are the characters? We've got Ranger Rick, of course.
Yep.
We've got Boomer Badger, and then we've got Scarlet Fox.
Yeah.
Hi, Boomer. Are you ready for a picnic? Sure am, and I'm bringing this notebook so I can write a story about my day in nature. Cool. Boomer, where did you get this paint? I'm sorry, this plant. Goodness, I need better lighting, Dylan. I can't see very well. Isn't it awesome? I dug it up from a swampy area in the woods. Uh-oh, what is that? You don't just dig up plants in the woods, do you? Boomer, you aren't supposed to do that. That plant needs to be in its natural home. It may even be endangered. Oh, I never thought about that. I just thought it was pretty. We should take it back on our way to have our picnic. I guess so. A little later. You're doing the right thing, Boomer. Bye, little fella. Now let's go find a spot for our picnic. As the friends walk along, look, a deer. I want to take a selfie with it. I can call my story The Day I Met a Deer Friend. No, Boomer. We're here to appreciate nature, not terrify it. Aw, I didn't mean to scare it. I just wanted to take a picture. Finally, the friends get to a pretty picnic place for their picnic. Here, let's move some logs to sit on. Stop. You'll disturb tiny creatures that may live under there. We can use this blanket. That's so cool. Hey, I know what the title of my story can be. The Day I Climbed a Waterfall. What? No, Boomer. Stop. Boomer's just a mess, isn't he? What's wrong? Those rocks are slippery. You could fall, or you could loosen the rocks. We need to leave things in nature the way they are. I'm starting to think the title of my story should be Rick and Scarlet Want to Ruin All My Fun. It's not that, Boomer. Come on, let's eat and enjoy the view. Time for some music. What do you think, Dylan? Boomer, turn that down, please. Okay, maybe that was a little loud. Let's just listen to the sound of nature. Birds singing, waterfalls splashing, breeze rustling, the leaves. Nature makes its own music. You look hungry, Bunny. Want some of my pretzel? Boomer, that could make it sick. Wild animals need to eat the food they find in nature. I guess I did some dumb things today. Sorry, guys. Well, as long as you learn from your mistakes, you won't make them again. I learned a lot. And now I have a title for my story. Oh, what is it? Boomer's Guide to What Not to Do in Nature. Okay, Ranger Rick's Field Notes. Here we go, Dylan. Ready? There are right ways and wrong ways to spend time outside. Here's a few tips. What does it say right here?
Do not disturb wildlife. That includes not feeding or getting too close to animals. If you want to take a picture, do it from a distance and zoom in.
That's right.
Number 2, do not stay.
No,
do stay on marked trails. Your footsteps can crush tiny creatures or plants.
Don't leave behind any trash or food scraps. And what's the last one?
Do take time to enjoy all the sights and sounds of nature.
That's right. Very good. All right. Now we've got dinosaurs, ocean life. There's all kinds of different Ranger Rick. I'll give you the QR code again. If you scan it, you can get a subscription. There are a lot of great little stories in here, aren't there? Okay. Let me zoom back out. What's our usual? Okay, here we go. Do you know moths? Ready to unravel some mysteries? There may be more to explore than you know. What do you see in your mind when you hear the word moth? What do you think of when you hear the word moth?
Like the moth ant?
I think of like a moth in a closet that's eating my woolly sweater.
I think of really like a moth that is trying to feed on the dust and wells.
Yeah, that's a good example. Okay, here we go. Let me zoom in a little. Sorry. Dylan, you're so funny. Okay. Okay, so like many people, you might imagine a small grayish brown insect fluttering around a porch light at night. Yeah, I think of that too. But what you see here looks nothing like that. This big, beautiful creature is called a Polyphemus moth. Its name comes from the ancient Greek myth about a one-eyed giant. You can probably see how the moth got its name. On each hind wing is a huge eye spot. Most of the time, these fake eyes are covered by forewings. But if a predator comes near, the moth may suddenly spread its wings out and spook the enemy away. The Polyphemus and other two colorful moths here are giant silkworm moths, the imperial moth and the Cecropia moth. Wow. Each one with wings spread could cover the palm of your hand. That's pretty big. These moths seem about as showy as butterflies. Turn the page and discover how to tell moths from butterflies. Okay, here we go. What's the difference? Okay, moths and butterflies are like close cousins. Both belong to the insect group called Lepidoptera, which means scaly winged. Tiny overlapping scales are what give the wings their colors. Both moths and butterflies go through the same life cycle, but usually you can tell them apart at any stage. Take a look. So we have opening at rest, the winged, and then we have the wide feathery antennas, and then we have the open at rest wing, another one, folded at rest wing. They're so pretty. Okay, all grown up. Moth or butterfly? There are clues that usually help tell the adults apart. For example, most moths are night flyers with dull drab colors. Most butterflies are brightly colored and fly during daytime. Do you see any other differences between the Luna moth above and the lime swallowtail butterfly here at left? Well, obviously the antennas are different. The wingspan is different shape. Dylan, you crack me up. The colors, the designs are different. You know, today, you're so cute, little boy. I love you. I love this little boy right here. I love reading with you. You know, today when we went to breakfast, we saw a beautiful orange butterfly, which we thought was our sweet little Darby coming to say hi to us. Okay, here's another QR if you want to pause it and scan it. Creepy crawly toddler time. Okay, once the eggs hatch, ooh, look at this one. Out come the worm-like larvae in both moths and butterflies. Oh, look at this one. But you could tell this will be a moth and this will be a butterfly because you can see the color differences. Okay, and they're called caterpillars. The garden tiger moth above has a fuzzy, chunky body, and many, but not all moth caterpillars are hairy. And some have hairs that sting. It all helps protect the caterpillars from their natural enemies. You should be aware too, touching those hairs could cause pain or a rash, like the old world swallowtail at the right here. Most butterfly caterpillars are smooth and slim. Okay, here's the cocoon, which is how you look when you're in bed with your blankets. See, you're all wrapped up. This is a chrysalis. Okay, so growing up time. Eventually a caterpillar begins to pupate. That means it goes into a resting phase while changing into an adult. A moth caterpillar builds a silk covering around itself to form a cocoon. But a butterfly caterpillar doesn't make a cocoon. Its outer skin hardens to form chrysalis. See the orange wings of a monarch showing through on the left? The butterfly inside will soon break out. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. The monkey slug looks more like some furry creature than a caterpillar with its thick, fuzzy legs. Its thick, fuzzy legs aren't legs at all. Dylan, you are too funny. Stop making faces. I have to focus. Why don't you read with me? Little boy, are you closing your eyes? Are you like when Mama reads? Okay. Dylan. Okay. Like an actual slug, it slithers and slinks along its path. It will grow up to be a huge moth. Some of these moths are not like others. In fact, you might think nothing on these 2 pages has anything to do with moths, but like many other animals, some moths use tricks to help them stay safe. Check out the amazing tricksters here. Okay, it makes sense that a caterpillar called a bagworm would pupate in a bag-shaped cocoon. A bagworm made this one out of evergreen needles stuck together by strands of silk. If a male bagworm moth emerges, he will fly off to find a mate. Since female bagworm moths don't have working wings, the male will find one at her home and mate with her there. She'll later lay her eggs in the bag and then die. Wow, what a sad life. Okay, a moth by any other name. Night-flying moths make great meals for any other animals that are active at night. Bats, for example, gobble up lots of moths. Many daytime moths look for something less than tasty to daytime insect eaters. Check out, ow, you just hit my foot. Check out the wasp at the top. Oh, look at this. Look at this wasp right here. Okay, ready? Fooled you. That's a wasp mimic moth because it looks and mimics a daytime flying insect that stings like a wasp. Daytime insect eaters may leave it alone. Other day-flying moths have different disguises. You can probably see why the middle one is called a hummingbird moth. It has many cousins that also look something like something other than a moth. This group is also called the sphinx moth or a hawk moths. Can you find the moth at the bottom of the page taking a rest? Dylan, where is he? Where's the moth at the very bottom here in the wood? It looks like just another broken branch, which helps it avoid enemies by hiding in plain sight. This master of disguise is called a buff tip moth. Where is it?
Right here. Right there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Calling all moths. Green hour. Okay. Do you know the moths in your area? Since most fly at night, they're not so easy to meet. Why not throw a moth party? The first step is to send out an invitation. Here's how. So you make a magic moth mix. What you need: a bowl and a spoon, an overripe banana or 2, the squishier the better, a handful of brown sugar, a bit of sticky sweetener such as molasses or maple syrup, some fruit juice that's turned sour. Leaving it out for a couple days should do the trick. Okay, now what you do, you smash the banana until goopy, add the next 2 ingredients, which is the brown sugar and the sticky sweetener. Then you mix in a little juice, a little at a time, until the goop is like very thick mud. It wouldn't hurt to let the mixture sit out to spoil for another day or 2. Okay, now you set the table and party on. Look at this little party animal right there. Look at him. He looks like you with your kazoo.
Yeah.
So what you need for this is a container for your bait mix, a paintbrush 2 to 3 inches wide, a flashlight, an adult companion, and some hand wipes. Okay, so what you do is you find a, oops, what did I just do? I zoomed out. You find a safe spot nearby with several big trees. Take the bait there around sunset. Paint the bait on the tree about your height. Spread it in an area about the size of this magazine. So kind of like, you know, try not to let any bait drip on the ground, which might attract other creatures. Once it's completely dark, once it's completely dark out, go back quietly with a flashlight and see who's accepted your invitation. A red filter cover on the flashlight lens would let you see the moths without scaring them away. No trees, no problem. Paint a big stick with the bait or soak a thick cotton cord in it. Then hang it outside your window. Wow. And you want to use a red flashlight so you don't scare them. Froggy Funnies. Dylan, look at this frog. It's playing baseball.
Yeah.
Okay, here's some jokes. Ready? Here we go. What did the nervous frog say before its math test?
I have butterflies in my stomach.
What did the frog wear to the beach?
Open-toed sandals.
What do you get when you cross a rabbit with a frog?
A bunny rabbit.
Bunny ribbit.
Ribbit.
Why did the frog go to jail?
It robbed
It
robbed a riverbank.
Where do frogs go to get glasses?
The
The
optician.
Instead of the optometrist? Oh, I don't know. What do frogs like to eat after school?
Cheese and
Croakers. Instead of crackers. It's a play on words. Why are frogs good baseball players?
They catch a lot of flies.
Like fly balls, right? Animals of India. Okay, all of the Indian animals in each row and each column have something in common. What is it? The first one is done for you. Okay, so they all have stripes. Okay, they are orange. Okay. They have hooves. They have horns. They have spots. They have Indian in their names. Wow. Very cool. Oh, look at this. Look at these little tangled up. These Asian elephants, tangled trunks, are using their long trunks to greet each other, but who has the longest trunk of all? Do you want to put your fingers to it? Let's see. This one does not. It just goes like that.
Probably that one.
This one does not. These two are shorter. This one, let's see. Oh my goodness, that one goes over here. This one goes way over there. And then this one goes up, down, across, around, and on. So this one has the longest.
Yeah.
The Amritha. The Amritha. It's going to be the Amritha. Pun fun. This Indian crocodile cousin is called a gharial. A gharial snout is very long, thin, and toothy. What do you get when you cross a gharial with a rooster? Oh, see, you have to pick the letters. This is a game where you pick the letters. It's kind of like a secret decoder thing. How far can a gharial swim? Okay. The American bison is the national mammal of the United States. Tip, this animal and its habitat are in danger. Okay. This is our favorite part. This is the last page. Do you know peafowl? What is peafowl?
It's like a bird.
Peacocks.
Peacocks, yeah. It's a bird. It's a bird
It's a
that
bird.
has beautiful feathers, I haven't heard Mike in a while, and I spoke to the police chief, and he said they might get rid of the peacocks.
Well, they didn't say get rid of. He didn't say get rid of. He said they might be moved very soon, but then he said that he has a feeling they might make their way back here.
Oh,
or
yeah,
they might
they're
come
definitely
back.
going to come back.
I don't know. I mean, I kind of hope they do because I love the peacocks, but
Last time I spoke to them, it was in February.
yeah, I know that a lot of people don't like the peacocks, so we'll see. They might make their way back because they are kind of used to their habitat wherever they build a nest. But
Last time I texted Mike the Peacock was February 15th at
Wow.
3:32 a.m.
wow, PM, okay.
He was going on
This big,
vacation.
colorful, flashy fowl is India's national bird. So the peafowl is the national bird of India. What are male and female peafowl called? So, are they called peas and carrots, peacocks and peahens, or guys and dolls?
Peahens. Peahens and pea.
Peacocks and peahens, that's right.
Or peacocks and peahens.
Oh, wait. Okay, wait. Let's see. Yeah, the female's the peahen, yeah. How many eye spot feathers are in a peacock's fancy fan? Up to 25, about 150, or more than 500?
I would say more than 500. Cause
You are right.
Oh my god.
That's good, Dylan. That's a good guess. Okay. Number 3. What is another word for eye spots? Pea spots, ocelots, or ocelli? I'm going to say ocelli because ocelli. Maybe it's ocelli. I don't know how you pronounce it, but that seems like whenever you put an eye on something, it seems like that would be like a accumulation of something. Number 3 is...
What?
Wait, number 3 is C. We're right. Ocelli. Okay, what is a peahen's crest used for? So this would be the crest, which is the little top part. Would it be for sensing food nearby, sensing vibrations from a peacock's quivering fan feathers, or showing off?
Maybe I would agree showing off because Mike the Peacock is always like, look at these. And he's like,
I know, he's kind of a showboat, but the answer is actually B. Sensing vibrations from the quivering fan feathers.
yeah.
Okay, number 5. Peafowl can fly.
Wait, before we move on, I was going to say one thing about Mike.
Yeah.
I don't think Mike knows that it's B because he more thinks it's for showing off.
I think you're right.
I don't think he knows that, but
He
that's
might
what
not.
he thinks it is.
Yeah, he's like, I'm so handsome. Huh?
He's like, look at these.
Look
the
at
coolest
these.
thing on my body.
Yep, he's like, look at me. I am just a sight on scene.
Yeah.
Okay, number 5. Peafowl can fly. True, false, or only on weekends?
Maybe. I don't know.
Can they fly?
Yes.
Yes.
Of course they can.
So it's true, and that's correct. It is true. Yeah, that's how they get away from coyotes.
By the way,
too.
Mike and his family are part of the clubhouse.
Oh yeah, Mike
secret.
and Michelle. And what do we name the babies?
Bubba, the third one. There is a third one.
Well, it's Bubba, and the other baby was
It's Bubba, Goo
an Ellen or something.
Yeah, Bubba, Goo and Alan.
Ellen.
Alan.
Alan. Oh, it was a boy. That's
Bubba,
right.
Goo and Alan.
And Goo was the girl, and Bubba and Alan were the boys. But then Alan got eaten by something because he disappeared. Okay.
Ah,
Where?
So she was hanging out with Celia a lot in the clubhouse.
Oh no, but remember one of them got taken.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. Lights out curtains for him, huh? Okay. What are baby peafowl called? Pea peeps, pea tots, or pea chicks?
Pea chicks, I would think. Yeah.
Let's see. Number 6 is pea chicks.
Yeah, because they're babies.
Yep,
And
they're
they
little
look
chickies.
like little chicks.
They do,
Yeah,
and they
'cause-
grow so fast.
Because my neighbor was like, I never knew we had chickens in our neighborhood.
And you're like, it's peafowl.
Yeah, it's peafowls.
You're like, hello, McFly, it's
And
peafowl.
they're so small when they're born. My neighbor said, almost ran them over.
I know, huh? You have to drive carefully. Okay, last one. Where does a peacock's fan of showy feathers grow from? The back, the neck, or the tail?
The back.
Yes, the back. That's right. It grows from its back. See? Okay. Those are some good answers, and that's it. Maybe this will keep you quiet. Oh, put in the beak. Okay.
Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for 203 subscribers. I'll see you on the next one. Ciao!